Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sandown, where our 4 live races cover the whole spectrum of the sport, from the top stayers to some serious sprinters doing battle in the Temple Stakes over the flying 5 furlongs. But the horse most of us are looking forward to seeing in action is that amazing 9-year-old Persian Punch, who's got more of a record than Ronnie Biggs in the Henry II Stakes. He won it back in '97. He won it again in '98. He was a mere 4th in '99. And he stormed back to win in 2000. He couldn't quite manage it last year.
Persian Punch is still just in front as they climb up the hill. Solo Mio laying it down in the centre, now gets past Persian Punch. Romantic Affair coming on the outside, but Solo Mio, a revitalised stayer, goes on to win.
Yeah, last season it was down to Mozart to put a shine on what looked to be a fairly ordinary bunch of sprinters. This year, well, it could be Kalachi to follow in his suit. The 4-year-old's only run twice so far, and he's won on both starts, and he looked really smart when he counted for 4 of today's rivals in the Palace House Stakes at Newmarket.
Smoking Bow goes great guns. Bohemian Pirate unleashing a run out of the pack. There Marinsky, here comes Kalaki in the green jacket, charging home under the stand side. Indian Spark running on well as well. Kalaki reeling back Smoking Bow. Bohemian Pirate in the centre, tight.
Well, Johnny calling it Kilachi. In fact, the owner's just come up to me, or one of the owners said, it's Killer Key, and it's a grouse moor up in Inverness, and I've ordered the brace already for the glorious 12th. Let's have a look at what we have on offer for you here this afternoon. Bit of drizzle falling here at Sandown at the moment, and the pond fence, the pond filling up. They're in. These are our 4 live races. We start at 2:15. They're going good to firm in places. 7 furlong race at 2:15. The bonus sprint Henry II Group 2 over just past the 2 miles at 2:45. The sprinters in the triple print Temple Stakes at 3:20, and at 3:55 the double print handicap over a mile.
It's overcast here at the moment at Redcar, but it has been a bright and breezy start to the day. It's one of the course's busiest days of the year, this Stanley Racing Zetland Gold Cup Day. Indeed, records show that there were 42,000 people here in 1958. And the race has a royal connection too. The Queen's horse Castle Yard won the Handsome Trophy in 1968. Prize money boosted this year, and it's the richest ever running of the race, but it's only a 10-runner turnout. The ground is firm, but it has been watered, but it's going to be very lively indeed. And that means that conditions should suit Gralmano. The horse looked an obvious call after his York win last time, but he's very effective on today's fast ground. Gralmano could be the one in the Stanley Racing Zetland Gold Cup.
Well, fittingly for this Golden Jubilee weekend, we'll be taking a look back at the Queen's long involvement in racing and showing you some of the high points that Her Majesty's realised during a much appreciated stint as the sport's royal patron. An outstandingly loyal royal patron she has been to the sport as well. But that's later on. Let's catch up with the action. Mac down the ring, market movers.
Well, you say the action, Fatal, traditionally on bank holidays is very, very quiet in the offices, very little being done, but in the bonus print Henry II, some support for the beekeeper, number 10 for Godolphin. It's now 4-1 chance from 5-1, that's a telephone tipster horse. In the 3:55, Kelburn, price-wise in the Racing Post, 5-1 from 30-2, and the best backed horse of the day is up at Redcar, this Gralmano, the GG was talking about, now Bottle, as short as that, 2-1, has been 130 in the offices, but particularly quiet right round the country, and not much happening here, except the favourite's just been back. 3 more Sirens, been 3-1 for a top one for about 5 minutes. It's now 11-4 and 5-2, with 4-1 looking for love. 8-1, bar the 2. It's stagnant down here, not much better in the betting offices either.
All of them are now at the post.
So Beekeeper, Kelburn, Gralmano, those are the market movers this afternoon. Let's have a look at what we have coming up. Champion Tipster, of course, if you want to make a few quid. Now, the races in question, the 2:45, 3:20 and 3:55 here. And, of course, the Zetland up at Redcar at 3 o'clock. The usual rules, 3 selections a race, and the number to ring, 0901 56 44 844. That's 0901 56 44 844. Well, they're down at the start for our opening live action of the afternoon here at Sandown on Jubilee Bank Holiday weekend. The bonus photo fillies handicap 7,000 to the winner. And remember, the going good to firm in places. 7 furlongs to the trip, 10 runners. Let's get the full runners and riders list with Mike Cadamon.
Thanks, Alistair. Good afternoon, everybody. The 10 fillies making their way behind the stalls. One is More Sirens, Richard Hughes, the 5-2 favourite. 2 Nebulae, Eddie Ahern, 16-1. 3 Ikenga at 8-1. Jamie Mackay claims 3. 4 Sunday Scent, Frankie Dettori, 8-1. 5 Twin Time, Pat Edry at 9s. 6 Mamunia, Richard Hills at 8-1. 7 Tinsel Moon, Matthew Henry at 33-1. 8 Swinford Welcome at 10s with Paul Doe in the saddle. 9, as she does run, is Looking for Love. Kevin Darley, 9-2. Trainer said she'd only run if overnight rain. It's good to firm in places today. And 10 You're an Angel, Martin Dwyer at 20-1.
Well, John, it's not the best race of the afternoon, but it's tricky in its way. I had a good look at these beforehand. I like the claims of More Sirens. I know you fancy a couple of others.
Well, I'd like Sunday Scent, but it's interesting that Johnny Portman's led in Looking for a Love run again. She ran at Newbury on Wednesday. She's been quite busy so far this season, but with some of these fillies, you're just better to strike while the iron's hot when they're in good form. Let's have a look at the betting. More Sirens. Paul Webber's horse is running tremendously well at present as the 11-4 favourite. Looking for Love, 9-2. We've got 3 on 8. Sakenga, Sunday Scent and Mamunia. Twin Time, 9-1.
Tinsel Moon, the last one in. She can start pretty slowly, actually, that mare. So just look out for her in stall number 2 as they break away, and she broke away okay, didn't she, in the end? The slow one, in fact, was Nebulae. That's in the red cap on the right of picture as they go over 7 for the bonus photo fillies handicap. More Sirens, who moved to post well, is striding out well in front. Leads by about a neck or so, although not for long, because Twin Time comes up alongside Pat Edry Yellow Jacket, and then Ikenga on the outside of these travels well, followed by the noseband Tinsel Moon, and on the inside rail Sunday Scent is very handy. And then comes You're an Angel in the yellow sleeves, and then behind on the outside, the slow starting Nebulae. Towards the back is Looking for Love, with Ikenga very prominent in about 4th place as they swing the corner, heading down towards the home straight. More Sirens, the 11-4 favourite, just on the inside, the left of picture red jacket, still being pressed to the lead by Twin Time. Tinsel Moon is off the bit. Ikenga travels well in 4th. And then Sunday Scent runs the rail, getting going the outside now, Nebulae. You're an Angel is trying to move up at the inside with Mamunia, who's been trapped in on the inside rail, and there's not much room at this stage with just 1.5 to go then. And kicking on, More Sirens, Twin Time, Pat Edry on the outside, Sunday Scent and Frankie, they sense a gap on the far rail, and coming there on the outside is Looking for Love in the hands of Kevin Darley. It's Sunday Scent, burst through the far side, Looking for Love down the outside. These two will battle it out together. Swinford Welcome's running on as well, but Sunday Scent, the race has gone according to plan, and she goes on to win. Sunday Scent from Mamunia in 2nd. Looking for Love was next, followed by Swinford Welcome, then More Sirens, followed by Ikenga, and then You're an Angel, Twin Time, Nebulae, and disappointing, dropping out last, Tinsel Moon. So the winner, number 4, Sunday Scent, owned by John Sunday, who bred her, trained at West Ilsley by Mick Shannon, great form mix in these days, and ridden to victory by Frankie Dettori, has beaten number 6 Mamunia, and 3rd home was number 9 Looking for Love. 4th, by the way, there was number 8 Swinford Welcome, but Frankie got the split just when he needed it, fellas.
Well, sometimes you get a race like this where you think you're fairly well drawn, which the Sunday Scent was in stall 9. She travelled well, but sometimes the split just doesn't happen. On this occasion, though, More Sirens and Richard Hughes, she's just drifted off the rails enough for Frankie to go through. She was unlucky, funnily enough, at Brighton on Thursday or Friday of last week, Sunday Scent, so this wasn't coming unexpected or undeserved for that matter, but she's quickened up nicely. Sometimes I've wondered whether she actually stays a really stiff 7, but she's proved that that's definitely the case today. And it wasn't a great race, but she's won nicely.
In a very, very quiet betting heat, it was almost stagnant. The market, as I told you, Sunday Scent barely moved, returned the 8-1 co-third favourite of 3. beats Mamounia, also returned at 8-1. Looking for Love was third, the 9-2 second favourite. They sent More Sirens, who finished fifth, off the 11-4 favourite, who wins by a length and a quarter and a neck. Let's hope business has an upturn after that tepid start to the day here on the Esher slopes.
Quite interesting, John's point about the trip possibly just far enough for Sunny Scent. She showed a change of pace in what wasn't a strongly run affair. Kevin Darley, on the other hand, who's last at the moment, he had the best of the draw but couldn't utilise it early on. She's gone out of picture now. She'll come back in a second when we pull out. You just watch here, as John also told you, the horse in the lead rolls off the rail and allows the winner, Frankie, just biding his time, got a lovely lead. And John, Looking for Love, probably wants a little bit further.
She does, and I mean, the start is critical in these 7 furlong races. If you've got a good draw right against the rails, it's not a bit of good to you. You'd have seen it if you went and watched the Greyhound Derby on Saturday night. You know, if you've got a good draw, you've got to break well, otherwise it's a hindrance. And she didn't break well, but this filly did.
Sunny Scent bounced out 3 days after last run at Brighton. Does the business. Frankie Dettori off to a flyer on this bank holiday Monday. We're going to take a quick break. Welcome back to Sandown, everybody. Frankie Dettori returning on Sunny Scent after taking the bonus photo filly stakes. The famous, well-known colours of the Sunley family, being big contributors to the game down the years. And on this important Royal weekend, they're not far from the course, the Palace at Hampton Court, Henry VIII's great building, recently restored after a fire not many years ago. And of course, that's where they have the famous Hampton Court Maze.